Our next speaker knows all about working cross-sector and just how important it is to reach out into communities for their views on policy making. With a strong union background, with deep knowledge of Labour's policy-making processes, and having been involved with a number of charities before being made Minister for Civil Society in the summer, Stephanie Peacock brings a really helpful perspective to this issue, which I know she's putting to good use on the Civil Society Covenant that will be the basis for a stronger relationship between our sectors going forwards. We're really grateful to have her here. Can everyone please welcome the Minister?
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me here today. And it's great to see so many leaders of civil society and civil servants together in one room. And a special thank you to Matt and the Pro Bono Economics for hosting this event, and the Henry Smith Charity for supporting it. Well, I'm pleased to say that right at the outset, I can agree with most, if not everything that Nicole said, and hopefully I'm going to outline that in my remarks this morning. Because as Nicole spoke about in her introduction, Pro Bono Economics led the Family Law Commission to publish their report on unleashing the power of civil society. This work shares the visions and goals of the government. And this morning, I want to speak about the government's ambition to reset our relationship with civil society. Today's conference, A Civil Alliance, follows the Prime Minister's announcement that this reset is a priority. We hope it will enable civil society to play a role as an equal partner alongside the government in delivering a decade of national renewal through our 5 missions to support communities up and down the country. Now, we've all seen the sector play an indispensable role in our towns, cities and villages across the UK, from stepping up to support national emergencies to the aftermath of the civil unrest this summer, to the everyday interactions and support for those who need it most in society. Now, as a first step, we are committed to a civil society covenant. This sets out the terms of a new relationship between government and civil society for an effective long-term partnership. In October, my department published a framework as a first step to developing the covenant. And over the summer and the early autumn, officials at the DCMS worked closely with key civil society bodies to develop this framework. It sets out the ambition, scope, and key principles that should underpin the new relationship. The framework sets out that the covenant will be based on 4 high-level principles. They are recognition, to ensure a strong and independent civil society; partnership, to ensure effective service delivery and policy making; and shared learning of best practice; participation, to ensure people and communities can be heard and make a difference; and transparency, to ensure civil society and government have the information needed to best serve the people and the communities. We launched this framework at 10 Downing Street, and I know the Prime Minister was delighted to see such great turnout, variety and expertise from civil society in that room. And it's great to see so many familiar faces here today. Because today is an important staging post in the wider phase of engagement that will help develop the final covenant that we plan to publish early next year. This is a space to interrogate and examine what has been proposed so far. It's through these conversations and engagements that we will create the most effective version of the covenant. We want to hear from the full diversity of civil society, including charities, social enterprise and local community groups, and from the whole of government, devolved government, arm's length bodies, local authorities and mayoral combined authorities. Because the more voices we hear during this consultation period, the better the final outcome of the covenant will be. Now, everyone here will have experienced some aspect of the relationship and seen how it can work well and what barriers have prevented effective partnership working in the past. And we want to hear from you, gathering your views, insights and expertise on what this renewed relationship can and should look like. The outcome of a better relationship between civil society and government are numerous and have been mentioned already this morning. But to name just a few, it will help support a fairer and more equal society with a strong, diverse, independent civil society who can act as a constructive friend and willing partner to government. improve innovation, insights and expertise that enable sound decision-making, and empower civil society to be able to focus on prevention, early intervention and collaboration. In short, by working closer together, we can deliver better outcomes for individuals and communities across the UK. Now, I know there are already brilliant examples of best practice between our two sectors. We want to identify these, take learnings and replicate them. And I've seen it in my own area of Barnsley. Barnsley Council is delivering a stronger communities programme that has changed the way the borough works with local services and created a model working together with local partners, voluntary and community sectors and residents. They've brought communities closer into decision-making through the ward alliances that bring councillors and residents together to make decisions about local priorities and funding. A cricket club was able to set up a girls' team. A bowling club could continue thanks to their support with equipment, and £200 to an older people's club to tackle isolation and loneliness is now thriving with 60 members. Those are just a few examples that have delivered local change for the area that I represent. And this work was a strong contributing factor for Barnsley's double Council of the Year award in 2023. And just up the road from me, in Kirklees in West Yorkshire, the Kirklees Better Outcomes Partnership previously benefited from DCMS's Life Chances Fund. This was a £70 million programme to support the development of social outcome partnerships and encourage collaboration between civil society and government to drive a positive impact. The Kirklees project aims to secure better outcomes for local residents with vulnerabilities that impact their ability to live independently. By remodelling the delivery of housing support services locally, the local authority entered into a funding partnership with national government, social investors and local charities in order to create the KBOP, putting a clear outcomes framework in place to measure success. And across the Pennines, the Secretary of State, Lisa Nandy, attended last week the launch event for the All Children's New Wigan Partnership, which supports at-risk children across Wigan. All Child have also previously been supported through the Life Chances Fund. Now, I know there'll be many other great examples up and down the country at a local, national and regional level. Each government department has a unique connection with civil society, and I'm keen that we work together across Whitehall to make this relationship stronger for a better covenant. Government can do many things, but it doesn't have the same relationships, local knowledge, trust and understanding of the challenges being faced by people across the UK that civil society does. And that is why we want to tap into your expertise to tackle the UK's challenges together. Now, we won't agree on everything, but we value, understand and respect the benefits of working together. This reset is about opening the door for honest, open, productive conversations and relationships with civil society. So as we set out on this ambitious reset between government, civil society and communities, I hope to hear more about your ideas as to how we can build an effective long-term partnership. And I look forward to seeing what we can achieve together. Thank you.